And you can brag about how good your mileage is, or you can brag about how it's electric. And I plug it at home. I plug my car in at home. I don't have to go to the gas station. My car doesn't make noise. My car is electric. You are an early adopter. You want to have the new car before everybody else does. I remember in high school when anybody got a new car, it was always cool. Even just a base economy car. Getting something brand new was a big deal. Brand new, no owners except for me. You're the first person that's going to fart in the car. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Philip Tamoria Sports Cars. We talk about cars here, and today we're going to talk about why buying a new car is better. And why are we doing this? Well, we're doing this because a few months ago I made a video on why it's better to buy a used car. So now we're going to take the opposite approach. Because look, everybody is different. We all have different situations. Buying used might be great for me. I like to buy used cars. I've never actually owned a new car, believe it or not. But today we're going to talk about why buying a brand new car might be right for you. And chances are for a lot of you, it is the right thing to do. And a lot of you are going to get upset and say it's a waste of money, depreciation, it's junk, latest tech. Okay, and I may even agree with some of that stuff, but we're not all the same. Here are some reasons why you should consider buying a new car. But first of all, you've saved your money. You're in a good place financially, and you can easily afford a new car. You have great credit. You can put down at least 20% depending on the car, maybe 50% depending on what your loan terms are, what you're comfortable with, or you can pay cash. You can do it all, and you're not concerned with depreciation. You've already thought about that. And the benefits that you're going to get from having a new car outweigh the depreciation. Maybe you plan to keep this car for a long time, for 10 years, for 15 years, and squeeze every penny out of it that you can. And you've prepared and you've thought about all of these things. If you're somebody that likes to have the latest and the greatest, if you like to have the latest technology, if you want to get the best fuel economy, if you want to have the most environmentally friendly vehicle, or supposedly, that's up for debate, that's another discussion, but you buy the latest car. You get your start-stop technology, which I know that's not new tech anymore. The hybrid system that shuts off cylinders and does all these things to give you the best possible mileage. And then you can brag about how good your mileage is. Or you can brag about how it's electric. And I plug it at home. I plug my car in at home. I don't have to go to the gas station. My car doesn't make noise. My car is electric. If you're one of those people, then you probably want a newer car. And you get excited about the giant screen. My goodness, look how big the screen is. It's like 60 inches on the dash. 60-inch screen. I don't have to do anything. I can just sit here. If you're that type of person, which clearly I'm not, then a new car is for you. If you want to be carted around, self-driving, in a transportation pod that doesn't necessarily have a lot of soul and character, but it's quiet and obedient, then you probably want a new vehicle. And you want a safe car. You want to have the latest safety equipment. You want something that weighs more, because new cars weigh more. When it comes to safety, you want to have the most protection for you and your family. You want it to have passed the latest safety standards and to have been tested thoroughly. And you want something that is going to protect you and your family in the event of an accident. You want to have a lot of driving aids to assist you in your driving, because you're not really in the driving. You don't care about connecting with the car. You don't care about exhaust sounds. You don't care if you have 8 cylinders, 6 cylinders, or 4 cylinders. You're happy with 4 cylinders. You're happy with a hybrid. You love the idea of getting that extra mileage. Then the new car is for you. You don't care about being connected. You actually don't want to be connected with the road. You want numb steering. You want the car to do a lot of the stuff for you because you're busy. You've got to think about work, you've got to think about your kids, you've got to think about anything else but the car, and you do not want to have to think about the car at all. You want your car to hook up seamlessly with all of your other electronics, your computer, your phone. You want to have Apple CarPlay, which obviously that's been around for a while, but you want to have the latest versions of that. Or the Android, I guess there's one for Android people too, Android Auto, I think it's called. You want to have all that stuff, and you want it to sync with you right when you get in the car. You are an early adopter. You want to have the new car before everybody else does. You want to have that new car. You want to have the latest style, the coolest, latest thing out before everybody else does. You want to be the first person on your block with the new car. And I know a lot of people are going to, oh, don't you waste your money, and people are going to bring up money. But remember, this is for the person that can afford to do that. And just because you can't afford to do that, doesn't mean that other people shouldn't do that. So if you can afford the latest and the greatest, go out and get it. Go out and do it. Don't listen to these cheap bastards, okay? You don't have to be cheap. Not everybody wants to be cheap. You want to be the first person to own the car. You're the first person to own it. You're the first person that's going to fart in the car. Or at least that's what you believe, because you're not going to be the first person to fart in it. I don't care if it's a Bugatti. People have to build that car. They're in and out of it. They have to maneuver it around. It has to get transported. It's going to be farted in. So that's a myth. That's a lie. You're probably not the first person to fart in your brand new car. I'd bet that you're not, even if it's a Bugatti. Somebody else farted in it first. Get over it. Somebody might even have had sex in it. Anyway, what are we talking about here? You want to have a warranty. You want that 10-year warranty. And you want to use every day of that warranty. You want that peace in mind. You want that peace in mind. You just don't want to be bothered. If you don't want to be bothered, and you don't really even like cars that much, yeah, you like the way it looks, and you like the idea of having something new. You love the new car smell. I tell you, the new car smell is pretty cool, you know. You get in, brand new car. Brand new, no owners except for me. A lot of people like that. A lot of people want that. And if that means something to you, get that new car. Go out and get it. If you can afford it, okay? If and only if you can afford it. And maybe that's today, or maybe that's 10 years from now. I will eventually buy a new car because hopefully I'll still like new cars. I'm liking them less and less as time goes on because I'm kind of old school and sports car manual transmission guy that likes naturally aspirated cars. But eventually I do want to get something and spec it out, pick the color, you know, maybe a paint to sample Porsche would be awesome. I'm a long ways away from that now, but that would be really cool, man. I would love to do that, be the first person to spec it out from the factory exactly how I want it. So if that's you, then by all means do it. If you have the money, be the first one, spec it out, get every little thing that you want on the car. Because yes, you can customize your car after the fact, but it's not the same as being the one to spec it out from the factory. If it's a limited edition car, a blue chip car, and you're able to do that, it's going to hold its value. As to where if you have a blue chip car and you modify it, it could potentially ruin the value. And that's another video right there. But what do you guys think? Those of you that have bought new cars, are you happy with your new cars? I know we've had these discussions about used cars, and I'm a big used car person. Most people that follow me like older cars and used cars, but what do you guys think? What's a new car that you've bought that's been amazing, and would you do it again? How many of you are sick of gasoline cars and want to go electric? I know I make fun of electric cars a lot, but there's somebody that likes the EVs and you love the idea of charging at home and the instant torque, the instant acceleration. You don't care about the noise and the raw motion and everything, then what are you looking forward to? What cars are you looking forward to? I remember in high school when anybody got a new car, it was always cool. Even just a base economy car. Getting something brand new was a big deal. It was a Civic. Back then we had Cavaliers, Escorts, Nissan Sentra, cars like that. And it was always cool when somebody got a brand new car. As a guy that's 46 years old now, that's somewhat set in his ways, I can appreciate performance, I can appreciate technology, but I'm a driver. I like to drive, I like to shift my own gears. I like naturally aspirated cars. I like V8s, I like V10s, V12s. And a lot of that stuff is going away. And also, cars are just so expensive now. I want to say the average price of a new car is over, what is it, $35,000, $38,000? I don't remember. Whatever it is, it's a lot more than it used to be. It's gone up dramatically in the last 10 years, or hell, in the last 5 years. We do spend a lot of time behind the wheel of a car, and if you are somebody that commutes, maybe a new car is right for you, if you can afford it. And obviously, if you have a long commute, if you're putting 15, 20, 25,000 miles a year, maybe more on your car, you're going to wear it out fast. But again, if you can afford it, go ahead and do it, because you're spending a lot of time in your car. If you're driving that much, and you're spending hours and hours and hours and hours a week behind the wheel, you want to be comfortable. I still think slightly used is the way to go, and depending on what you want and what you're looking for, that could be anywhere from 2 years old to 10 years old, or maybe even older if you're someone that's into cars, that is mechanically inclined, that can do a lot of the work yourself, or if you have a friend that's a mechanic, then by all means get a car that's 10, 15 years old, and then you can really get a bargain. I think the best bargain is still going to be that, is being able to do the work yourself, or having the connections to do so, being able to find the right vehicle. You save a ton of money. Buy something for next to nothing, drive it for 5 years, and maybe even sell it for what you paid for it. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you next time.